I picked up a few schematics from Reddit, and now I'm gonna make some surge. I'm gonna need a lot of surge and phase fabric, so these schematics will help a ton. Sand doesn't exist in Impact 0078, so we'll need all the pulverizers we can get, especially for phase fabric. We need an absurd amount of power, so we'll be using highly efficient thorium reactors.
I made the logic failsafe that stops
No,
explosions.
you didn't. The surge is now at maximum efficiency. We can use overdrive projectors to boost power and drills. More power. Let's get rid of this garbage to make even more surge. And we now have a full belt of surge. It's so satisfying, but it's incomplete. Let's look for lots of scrap.
Here we go again.
Nothing even happened yet. Little prick. Let's get Metaglass out of the way. We really need all the scrap we can get. And we need all the power. Let's get a bunch of thorium.
For more thorium reactors?
Let me finish. When combined with a bunch of sand, you get phase fabric.
I get it now.
Let's get this train going. We unlocked so many techs, but we do need to wait for the resources. We can't access this sector yet because of that. Look at how expensive that is. That's gonna take a huge toll on our stored resources. We just have to wait for the resources to accumulate. In general, you want as many sectors as possible to have built factories. And as you will see, we will definitely need more factories than this. All of the schematics that I'm using here come from Reddit, specifically the Mindustry subreddit. They are very welcoming to beginners. So if you want to play this game, it's not gonna be super hard to get into. Those are some pretty nice stats. Tar Fields is looking quite good, but it looks like there's still potential in coastline. Let's look into it. There's an absolutely absurd amount of water here for Sporegen.
It's literally in the name, coastline.
Everyone knows that. While researching, we got something to make building way more convenient. Mass drivers can travel resources through long distances while using some power. This removes the need for insanely long belts.
Just use stacked bridges, they're way better.
I can, but I won't and don't. Too lazy. Let's boost the thorium production. Looking much better. This looks like a good place to make surge. It's working. You can see the mass driver in action. I also made another phase factory, where I can get thorium from the core for a temporary boost. It's finally time to research the exponential reconstructor. That's steep. And the T5s get even more expensive than that. Can you imagine if we haven't been setting up silicon through the whole playthrough? That's no fun. Even still, I can only really wait for the resources to replenish. I'll edit the waiting out. I'll spare you the details, but just know that I had to wait quite a while to get all T4s. I sped things up by adding a temporary plastanium factory. This is taking too long. Let's make another factory montage.
When will it end?
There's quite a bit of oil here, so more plastanium. That's our first T5. After so long, we now have all the T4 units unlocked. They're powerful but quite expensive, so we can't feature all of the types here. We are finally gonna go to a new sector again. This time it's Naval Fortress, which unlocks the T5 version of the EJAs. Here's my loadout. And we're jumping right in. There's some heat tiles for easy power. Even with our improved turrets, Cyclones are still reliable. Since T4s are quite expensive to make, I'll only be making one type instead of multiple for now.
Or you're just lazy?
No, and why are you back?
I knew but red.
What does that even mean? This is where we're gonna make our first T4s. We're gonna be making SAYs, the best naval units we currently have. We need a ton of plastanium to make T4s, so it's gonna be the biggest bottleneck. But let's not worry about that now, we finally have. Just like in atolls, we need to have some production here. And this is why. Since I'm lazy, I'm gonna hand-feed this overdrive phase fabric to boost it. We need cryofluid for the T4 reconstructor. It's getting built. We forgot about the meltdowns. I'll let it speak for itself. Now that was cool. Enough enjoyment, let's make more silicon. And now we wait.
Where's your silicon, bro? You're barely making ends meet, and you're running out of power.
We have to make spore gens again. But at least the SAY are getting built, and they make for good defenses, so we just have to hold out.
Check your plastanium, bro.
Stop annoying me. Did you just steal my plast? That's not allowed.
No, you dummy, your T4s ate it all. You literally don't have any plastanium left.
You're somehow right, I can't make any more T4s, so I'm commencing Plan B. We're gonna make more brides instead, which might still work. Let's check on the enemies. I might have pissed them off.
You don't say.
here comes another wave. We cleared out a lot there. I think it's time to go in. Here we go.
Oh my God!
What the hell? It's just megas and polys, but there's so many, and we have to clear all of them out before continuing.
Even I'm speechless.
That took ages, and we lost 14 of our brides. We don't have forever, we have to keep going. Thankfully, these ripples and salvos are no match for our say. That's a ton of bullets though. Let's hope for the best. Come on, go straight for the core. Yes, but there's still more cores. We don't have too much time. Let's try ending this now. They've already destroyed all the important stuff. This has to work. Here's the second core.
You're really pushing it.
You're not even playing, my goodness. There's one more core, but we only have 2 say left. Let's just hope that a miracle happens.
There's no way that's enough.
You're mistaken.
See, you never believe me.
You just got lucky, bozo. This time I will improve my preparation. In this conduit is a bunch of oil. And launch pads need oil to operate. These are vital in T4 production, since they will let me bring more resources. And here it is. I will be able to import all the important resources like plastanium, which will let me make as many T4 units as I want. This goes great with my Tarfield's launch pads. Since I can import more into a sector, you will see how much of a game changer these are. Without launch pads, we couldn't make more than 4 T4 units due to lack of plastanium. But look, we have made way more than that because of the imports. And now, we're going to demolish this sector with triple the brides.
Come on, that's cheating.
You don't get to trash talk me for free. It's just too easy, man. Launch pads really make all the difference. Beating this sector unlocks the Navanax, a T5 naval unit. With Naval Fortress out of the way, it's time to get the last T5. To get the Toxopid, we have to beat this sector. I wonder what this is about. There's a bit of thorium here, so we can use thorium reactors again. To start it up, we're gonna be using some RTG gens. They don't need any starting power and make a decent amount of power. For this sector, we'll be using Archids, the guardians that appeared on Tainted Woods. They can also climb walls, and it looks like we'll need that ability. While we're here, let's talk about this timer. While yes, it gives some time to build initial defense and factories, it also means that there will probably be multiple phases. What that means is the scaling of the enemies will likely be quicker. And judging by the fact that we saw 1 billion megas on Naval Fortress, having faster scaling doesn't exactly sound too fun.
That means you're losing again.
You again, you must be so much fun at parties.
Imagine being so broke that you can't even build containers.
Hold my launch pads. Oh, look at that. The enemy production has started. 3 minutes to escalation seems slightly short, eh?
You're losing this sector.
Enough. You're so boring. I'm kicking you out.
What do you mean?
With that ISOR gone, let's make some cryofluid. That's just the first phase. And the launch pads are not keeping up. This is way harder than I expected. I need more launch pads. These Archids coming out are calming in a sense. But still, we are now at the second phase. These launch pads are coming in clutch though. It's still holding on. And now the third phase is here in about 20 in-game minutes. Damn bro, chill. They really made us think on our toes, huh? Let's just hope that the Archids we make are enough. We're even running out of metaglass. We have 8 Archids now. We can end this before it reaches the final escalation. Quite a few fuses and ripples. That's a lot of Atraxes. Let's deal with them first. We are taking so much damage. And there's 2 Spectres. Just let it end, please. That's not the last core. This is not turning out great. I thought we could end it there, but now we have to go through the final phase. Let's expand our defenses. The constant stream of enemies is not helping. Finally. These clumps of enemies are so annoying. Let's bring out the big guns. After a bit of struggle, we extended our defenses a little. But we have now reached the final phase. What the hell? Even Archids can spawn here. At least we have our own Archids to take them down. And another nasty looking wave after that. And yet another Archid. Honestly, my units are starting to be better defense than my turrets. And while I have some graphite production, it's nowhere near enough. My factories are crumbling. This has to end right here, right now. We'll recover.